Okay, disclaimer time. I've already recorded this part. Now, when I say recorded, I mean, of course, recorded in inverted commas because I did not actually press the record button, and I've just fully realised the consequences of that. I've deprived the world of the best, the best performance of my life. The stealth skills, the charm, the persuasion, the combat, the philosophy, the politics. It was beautiful. It was the most beautiful moment of my life. I imagine how Isaac Newton felt when he discovered calculus. The multiple areas of the world that his creation would improve. The resonance that would have on the rest of humanity. Imagine how Leonardo da Vinci's mother must have felt when she brought that life into this world. She must have had that feeling that this baby of infinite potential would go on to do so many great things and be an example for all of humanity to see. I finished playing that episode, and I had to sit for a second and really ponder what it was that I had just done. And it blew me away. It blew me away. I had to take a moment to steel my nerves because that episode would change the world. Bring peace. Conquer this crazy time that we're living in 2020. I knew I was going to upload it, and immediately I would get a phone call from the Prime Minister. Oh, and the Queen too. Actually, they would both be there in the Zoom call. They'd have their hair done up specially. They'd be in their best clothes, and they'd be telling me, "Sean, mate, you've done it. You have single-handedly solved the problems of the world with this one video that you've put out." They would be crying. I would be crying. Tears weeping down my face as I realised my humble place in this mighty world of ours. And all I could do was tell them, "Look, I'm not a hero. I never asked for this. I'm just one man. I'm doing my best with the world. I don't want adoration. I don't want your prize. I just want to be." Then I realised I hadn't actually pressed record, and none of that would ever come true. Oh well. Let's dive on in now. Sandoval. Irrational, insecure, apathetic. Psychological profile. Desperately needs someone who can unearth the good in him. Don't we all? Well, not me. I've got enough good in me. Like, I know how good I am. I don't need to be told. Thank you very much. It's nice to hear every now and again, though, so feel free to... Oh, come on, mate. I'm milking it. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me about how good I am, please. Thank you very much. Can easily fall into a gloom state from which he needs to be elevated. Tends to rationalise events so he doesn't have to deal with them. Forcing him to get through is the only answer. Now, I think that's what we have to do here. Give him some tough love. Because he's complaining about how he's been used, right?
Just leave, so I can do what I have to.
No, I've never lost one of these yet, mate. We're not leaving. I think we give him some tough love here. So tell your side of the story to the press. Swear at your trial you're a better person than him. Convince people. I don't think so. Look, I understand your situation better than you think. Nah. He needs tough love. I think we have to force him to get through this. It doesn't seem that there's no good to unearthing him yet. Let's give him tough love.
Just leave, so I can do what I have to.
So that's your plan? Just lay down and die so you can't be used again? That's bullshit. You need to face what's coming. There's a very thin line between martyr and victim, Sandoval. And if you pull the trigger, you won't be remembered as either.
You certainly like taking chances, Mr. Jensen. But your point has merit. Maybe I did give up too easily. It wasn't enough to be a doctor. Or to attack the infection at its source with Humanity Front.
We got him.
I had to try harder to help people, and I pushed too far. What else could I have done? How do people live in a world surrounded by human misery every day? Or am I the only person who feels this way?
Now, Omega. We got Omega popping up here. When I last played through this, actually, I'm just going to check I'm actually recording here. I'm just going to Alt-Tab out, and yes, we are actually recording. Okay, great. So last time I played this, I didn't notice he was Omega, so I couldn't use the cheat pheromones, and I went through the dialogue and brought him around purely on speech, but look, I'm just going to use the cheat function here. So Omegas are susceptible to pressure.
Tell me, what lesson are you teaching your kids by killing yourself? It's bad enough they're gonna find out you're a criminal, but you want them to be quitters too? Kill yourself now, and you'll be telling them it's okay to take the easy way out. I know you don't want that. So put the gun down. Show them by your example that you want them to grow up to be fighters.
You son of a bitch! Using a man's family against him! I deserve to die, you understand? I've earned it! God damn! But I can't let them repeat my mistakes. I can't. Take the gun. For their sake.
There we go, we got it.
Pritchard, get this. The GPLs are still transmitting. Sandoval switched them to a lower frequency.
But they could be broadcasting anywhere in the world. I don't have the type of equipment we'll need to find them.
It's our only lead, Pritchard. You have to do something.
I know. Listen, the riot's still blocking the street entrance. Head back to your apartment and Malik will fly you over. Maybe by the time you get here, I'll have figured out something.
There we go. Now let's take that gun out of there before he gets other ideas. Well done, Sandoval. You did the right thing, mate. You did the right thing.
You don't need to babysit me, Mr. Jensen. I have no intention of killing myself anymore. Nor will I resist arrest when the police arrive. I assume your people have already contacted them?
If they haven't yet, they will be soon.
Then go. Use the information I gave you to track down your scientists. With any luck, they will still be alive.
The men who kidnapped them, the soldiers.
I don't know who they were. Only last names. Barrett and Namir. I sensed they were highly trained professionals.
Working for who?
I didn't ask. My brother, Ezekiel, put them in touch with me.
Your brother? Not Taggart?
Bill wouldn't be so stupid as to get his own hands dirty. I see that now. He's like Teflon. Nothing ever sticks.
And moral responsibility.
I see.
The ball is now firmly in the...
See. Barrett and Namir. Well, we know what happened to Barrett. Can't remember the can't remember the name of Rihanna, who we just killed in the data core room. Can't remember her last name. Practical Shootist Monthly. Featured in this month's hard-packed edition, we review the latest iteration of a classic, the Stasiuk Arms Expo compound crossbow system. We ask if the silent kill is truly the best. Live fire analysis of the new modified SMG in development from Germany's Bundespolizei GSG 9 division. Columnist Rick Tiplady discusses the history of the masterpiece, the 357 Python. Gun control. Managing recoil through augmented cyber limbs for 50 caliber rounds and above. Wow. Technology consultant looks at the next generation of non-lethal firearms, including the new gun out of Hong Kong's Kono Technologies, the Pulsed Energy Projection System. On location, this month we joined the Austin Police Department's Hostage Rescue Unit. We examined the latest advances in liquid matrix armor, the skull gun and other implanted firearms, real fantasy or nightmare. In the op-ed, why is it wrong to have a flamethrower? Why is it wrong to have a flamethrower? Is it wrong to have one? It's certainly not exactly right to use it. We know that goes against the Geneva Convention, or the Geneva Suggestion to some people. No Better, The Myth of Human Augmentation by William Taggart. I think we read this one. About Ezekiel. Taggart's talking about Ezekiel. I'll read it anyway. I find myself returning to a story that touched my life. A story about Ezekiel, a young man torn apart by the trauma of augmentation. A man I was lucky enough to be able to help. Ezekiel was a Marine who had been severely wounded in the Gulf. Believing he had something to prove, he asked to be augmented and returned to duty, but when his tour was over, the shock of his changed self sent him into a spiral of despair. He looked for death back home, and there our paths crossed. I was able to turn him around to convince him to have his augmentations removed. After recovering in a Humanity Front clinic, Ezekiel was able to return to the man he'd once been. Became a model case for our group's beliefs. He was truly healed. No, he bloody well was not. He became a mouthpiece. He became a pawn. Not for Humanity Front, but for Purity First. It's Taggart. Taggart the politician, man. A slimy little weasel. Okay, let's get our way out of here. Now this puts us somewhere underneath Derelict Row, I believe. So yeah, we have been here before. But the last time we were here I did not have the punch through walls augmentation, so pray for my soul. Where exactly are we? Oh, I got my boots dirty. Trying to avoid that. Right, how do we get out of here? Straight down this corridor, okay. Here? Through there, okay. Okay, easily done. And I'm sure, actually, now that I think about it,
Access granted.
I'm sure last time we were here I saw this door. We could not get through it before. Right. Can we actually just get out of here? Yes. Pray for my soul. Yeah, this brings us out in DRB territory. I was a little reluctant about coming up here last time I recorded this, but I know they're not hostile to us now for whatever reason. So, there we go. Right, let's get back to our apartment. We'll get Malik to fly us over to Sarif Industries. Right, hopefully Jeanette's mum is no longer stalking us outside here. We'll see if the receptionist is actually on duty. No, she's not. Nothing new here. Seen the paper? Yeah, you seen that? Look at this bullshit, man. Artist Against Violence announced concert for peace. When has that ever bloody worked? Bunch of stuck up narcissists, man. Please. I'm still relevant, honest. I only perform my art for good reasons, honest, for peace. It's nothing to do with the fact that I've been through a divorce and I'm bankrupt and I need some money. Nothing to do with that. It's because I'm such a good person. Bunch of hacks. Wayne Haas. Not looking so good for you, is it, buddy? That's what you get, mate. That's what you get when you deal with the gents. Eh? You like that? Gents, that's my new nickname for myself. Right. Look, I would go and check the apartment, but I know there's nothing else in there, so I'm just going to skip past it. I'll not waste your time. I did already check it out. Alright, up we go. Up we go. Let's go find Jockalina. Let's get out of here. God, man. Bloody hell. How tall is this building? Like, seriously. Go. Good work, soldier.
Mr. Jensen, sure is good to see you. Mr. Sarah assigned us to watch the building.
Hey, don't be so formal. Call me gents. Alright, let's do this. Come on, mate. Malik, let me in.
Nice detective work, Jensen.
Thank you.
You ready to return to HQ?
Sure as hell am.
Yeah. Let's hope Pritchard's found that frequency.
You said it. Hey, I got a message for you, Jensen. From Pritchard. He says he's not in the office.
Great. So what exactly am I supposed to do?
I don't know. He said you should check in with the boss.
Check in with the boss, okay. Alright, we can do that. Whoa, what's going on here? Excuse me. You guys should be at work.
Say, Adam, I saw the Picus report. It's not true about the super soldiers, is it? Besides you, I mean.
What's that supposed to mean? Oh, you see, I'm a human being. I didn't ask for this.
I hate being trapped in here.
Well, there's riots outside, so what can you do? May as well be productive with your time and get some bloody work done. Just standing here looking at the TV. Jeez, man.
Adam, I saw you on the news. I saw you take Taggart down a notch. You really showed him.
Oh, I fucking did, mate. I really fucking did. That was very, very satisfying. Please, call me Jens. Jeez, man, look at them. They got their rifles ready. Pointed at the door.
So what do we do if they start storming the front doors? Just push them back. But here's the thing. If one of them manages to get inside, it's a free-for-all. You hear that, Kozak?
No kicking in teeth unless absolutely necessary. Got it, sir.
Yes. Good. Good lads. Keep up the good work.
Once we were restraining this guy and I gave one kick too many.
Well, even the best of us have the occasional accident. That's okay, soldier. And when it comes to kicks, can there really ever be too many?
Most of the employees made it out before the riot really got going.
Good for them.
Christ. What's with this super soldier BS? I know we've done some work for the DoD, but come on.
It's bullshit if you ask me. It's a bunch of bloody lies. Alright, let's check into our office. Maybe spy on Malik as well. Maybe check security in Malik's office. Make sure she's okay, is what I mean. Why is my door open? Look at this. Probably about clocks. Yeah, that's definitely clocks, isn't it? Look at that one. God, I'm a loser. Neuropozyne, dangers and side effects. Why do we have a big bloody neuropozyne poster in here? Such a bloody mess, man. Jensen, clear this place up, mate. Jeez. Okay, let's hack this. I'm gonna change my password to Gents. Not really a strong password though, is it? Maybe better put a number in it, you know, something a bit stronger. Something like Hunter 2, it's a good strong password. From Jerry Mayer, office thefts. Jensen, as if riots weren't bad enough, but hearing all sorts of rumours about stuff being stolen out of people's offices. What happened to the family vibe Mr. Sarif keeps saying exists in here? Yeah, you ask me. Heather Stickner's behind it. She came up behind me as I was punching my door code, and I swear she watched me do it. And 0123 is not that hard to remember. Said she was there to see if I wanted to talk about these riots. Right, you gotta check into her, man. Jerry Mayer, office 20. Well, Jerry will be checking into your office too. Who would ever steal out of these people's offices? Bunch of scum. Imagine that, breaking into and stealing from offices. Bloody crazy. Office break-ins. Jensen, is it true someone's been breaking into offices and stealing stuff? Because if it is, my job just got bloody well harder, mate. You know Picus is trying to dig up as much dirt on us as they can, don't you? But if one disgruntled employee says the wrong thing in the wrong bar, I'm having a hard enough time keeping a lid on bad press as it is. Can't you get to the bottom of this? Lyle Rogers. It's kind of attached to 2121, but just to be safe, I think you and Pritchard should think about updating door codes around here again. From Marthine Margulis, RE minor security concern. Good news and bad, Adam. Looks like the neuropozyne thefts may have stopped. But tonight Heather Stickner came to me in tears. Apparently because Jerry Mayer accused her of being the office bandit in front of everybody. She's demanding that her good name be vindicated. The office bandit. The office bandit. Wow. It was us all along. We're Kaiser Soze. We are the office bandit. I know you've got far more important things to worry about right now, but could you possibly get one of your security guys to take a peek into Heather's office and search it? She says it's the only way to prove she's not stealing anything from anyone. Her office is 35. Wait. So we break into her office, search it, and if there's nothing there, then that proves she hasn't taken anything? She probably has broken into other offices. Stolen stuff and taken it home. Just because there's nothing in her office does not prove she hasn't been stealing. Like, you can't prove a negative. Wait, what was her number? 35. So we need 35 and 20, correct? Yes. 35 and 20 will break into Malik's too. We will check that Malik's okay too. I've forgotten what they were already. Was it 20 and 35? I can't remember. Tim Carella. Heather Stickner, there we go. It's already open, bloody hell. Right. Arts of Steel, Iron and Shadows. Across the plaza, Meredith saw him stumble and fall against the low wall. She cast a quick glance back to where the demonstrators continued to build toward an outbreak of fury, and then, on an impulse she couldn't explain, she went to him, offering a hand. He looked up from under his hood, and the eyes that glittered there, hard and grey, like fragments of sea ice, made her gasp. He stood, ignoring her outstretched hand, but there was something there in the depths at odds with his scowl. "Are you?" "Fine," he murmured, those eyes narrowed. "You're hurt." "Just a scratch," she began, "just a flesh wound," but his hand was already coming up to her cheek. Meredith stared. Started? Meredith started? Started what? The silver fingers touched skin. To her surprise, they were warm. Does it mean startled? "Yeah," he said, turning away. "I'm one of them. A cog. But he was already leaving. Oh, it's beautiful. It's like Twilight, that utter book of great literature. Emil Stanislavski to Heather Stickner. Intolerable situation. "Heather, you have got to speak to David. The new lab space is horrible. Don't know what kind of deal he got on the rent, but I swear building maintenance is for shit here." That's right, shit. I bloody well swore, mate. "The air conditioning system keeps breaking down. No one seems to know how to fix it. They still haven't fixed the lock on the back door, even though we requested it 2 bloody weeks ago, mate. Every time someone even touches the door handle, the alarm goes off. How are we supposed to think around here? You got to do something, Heather. No wonder tempers are so short." Where is she working then? In the lab. The new lab space. I don't know what lab space that is. Right, Heather, the office bandit, has nothing stolen in here apart from the credit chips. Did she steal those? Did she steal this book? You know what, I actually, talking about bad literature, I actually read the first couple of pages of 50 Shades of Grey. You know, when that was big a couple of years ago, I actually read the first couple of pages. You know, I didn't read any more than that, so you know, you take my judgment for what it was, right? Maybe it really improved after I got into it, but like, holy crap, man, it was like it was written by a high schooler. It was really poorly written, a lot of sentence fragments. But you know, maybe it gets better. I don't know. Don't really care.
Access granted.
Jerry Mayer and Dory Harris. Jerry and Dory. Look at this, man. Dory just sits here, staring at Jerry the whole day. Looking down at her computer, taking a little drink, looks up, staring at Jerry. Like, who came up with this design? Why would you build it like this? Jerry sits here, right? Just whole time, just knows to his left that Dory's sitting there, staring at him the whole time. Talk about a hostile work environment. Who would do that? Weird. Right. Jerry, what have you been up to? Oh, it's email from my friend, the Nigerian prince. Still haven't heard back about that money I lent him, but I'm sure he'll get back to me about it. Right, Malik. Oh, she's upstairs, isn't she? Oh no, she's here. What has Malik been up to? We already read her ebooks, didn't we? Yeah, we read this one. David Sarif. Chocolate there. Ah, why not? We'll take it. We've earned it. Yeah, we read these two, didn't we? Okay. Let's go see Sarif. Apparently he knows something. Apparently he knows more than he's been letting on, according to Eliza Kazan. Let's go find out exactly what that is.